Fortune, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Scott.
Fortune, the Vitvenco transaction is now complete. It's been a month since the handover. How's that going?
It's been a month, and the process has really largely been the handover of the company. So it's changing the boards, the officers of the company, and taking over the bank accounts and all the the details with taking over a company. Most significantly, taking the transfer of the customers, most of whom, as you know, Vametco produces nitrovan, which is used in steel making, and that process is largely complete, and we're happy with the progress that we've made in that respect.
The structure of the deal was debt heavy. Was that deliberate?
Yes, it was. Look, I think we've been on record for saying before that we're taking over here a solid asset with a healthy balance sheet, and we have been able to put together a funding package which is dominated by debt instruments, and not just your ordinary debt instruments. You will know that $11 million of that is a bridge facility which is repayable at the end of May. We're comfortable that we should be able to get that done, and again, that's the value of, that's the quality of asset that we've taken over. We're comfortable that from the internal resources we'll be able to get that done without relying on having to go to the markets, do an equity placing or anything like that. So I'm on track with that, and pleased to be able to complete that soon.
So Fortune, is vanadium still the story and the focus of the company?
Very much so. Since November 2013, when we announced that we're pivoting to vanadium, and have since obviously done quite a lot, very, very aggressively delivering a scoping study, a pre-feasibility study, soon thereafter, and now the acquisition of Vametco. It is very much the focus of the company, and for good reason. When you look at the market itself, in terms of the market supply-demand balance, it's a market that offers plenty of exciting opportunities, which we are uniquely placed as a company to take advantage of.
And what about your other assets?
The other assets have value. They are important, so let's be clear about that. But I think we've also mentioned what we're trying to do with respect to both of them, which is Green Hills on the tin front, and Lima with the Madagascar asset in coal. As far as Green Hills is concerned, we've articulated a strategy to build critical mass of resource inventory, to accelerate that towards an early production, scale that up, and a possible spin-off of that asset. So we've been steadily, working through that plan with great success, I must add. I mean, you'll know about the acquisition, obviously, of an interest in the Namibian asset, which comes with a mining license and is on track for pilot-scale production this year, which sets the scene for a potential spin-off of a mid-tier dedicated tin platform for the investors, which we're quite excited about. Then, of course, in Madagascar, we partnered with Power China, which we're excited about, and now we're moving swiftly forward to try and get the power purchase agreement finalized, and we see those two as critical catalysts for unlocking the value in that project. You've got a 136 million ton thermal coal resource, which, when you put a power project with it, you turn it into a $200+ million project. So that, it's chunky, it's exciting, there's value there for our shareholders. So the strategy for those two is to make sure they stand on their own 2 feet, and we can unlock the value for them while we continue to focus on the vanadium platform.
Fortune, a lot is obviously going on. What's next for the company?
It's really continuing to deliver on those objectives that we set out for each of these three. I think, as I've mentioned, in terms of Green Hills, we are hard at work in terms of getting that pilot production going in our partnership there with Naminco, and what I've mentioned as far as Lima is concerned, and then bedding down this acquisition of Vametco. So what we see with Vametco completed is an integrated platform, which really is a launch pad. And I've said, I think before, that the acquisition of Vametco is not a destination for us. It's the start, and it's a really exciting start in terms of what we have planned going forward. Details of which, obviously, we will announce in due course.
So, Fortune, you obviously have very ambitious plans, a launch pad to grow from, generating cash. So what do you want shareholders to take from this interview today?
That we're on track. I think we've articulated a fairly clear path strategy in terms of what we're doing as a company. We have delivered systematically against that. Now, obviously, with the acquisition of Vametco, together with our partner, we now have a solid, cash-generating, low-cost producer of vanadium. And what we see with this is really a launchpad. It's not a destination for us. It's really a launchpad which will allow us to do a lot of very exciting things in the market, in the vanadium market, not just on the steel side, on the energy side as well, and details of which we very much look forward to unveiling in due course.